Hey everybody, it's April from April Got Fired! April Got Fired! The musical. How are you doing? I had some anxiety yesterday. I was paying my car registration and I suddenly felt a little bit of anxiety. I think it's because I had too much coffee yesterday too. But man, so what I do when that happens, if I'm by Wi-Fi, I'll listen to that alien talker, Abraham Hicks. She makes me feel good. Her message is basically the same. Fuck God. Be positive and allow good things to happen. That's basically it. And I even went to like a holistic person yesterday to work on my neck and my knee. I have a bad knee. The kneecap just kind of moves to a place it shouldn't move, so it hurts. But I found out he knows her, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. He's telling me about some things, how Abraham Hicks is never like feeling confident about what she says. And so her family kind of helps her through that, feeling like she did a good job. They tell her she did a good job. But man, I mean, Abraham Hicks is amazing because you can search for anything like job loss, lawnmower loss, don't know which candy to choose. If you just type that into YouTube, you don't have to pay a damn thing. You don't have to pay for anything she does. If you just type that in and then put Abraham Hicks after it, whatever issue you have or that you're trying to overcome, she's talked about it. Like, she answers people's questions, kind of like the Donnie Darko scene where Patrick Swayze is he's like the Tony Robbins of religion or something, and there's the crowd and they all walk up to ask a question. It's kind of like that. She answers people's questions. And yeah, I always feel good listening to her, even if I don't know what she's talking about. She references Esther. She's channeling an alien, I guess, a celestial being. But, you know, you gotta be careful, because I heard someone ask about God to her face, and she's like, first of all, just be happy with yourself. You don't need God. And the person's like, whoa, what? Abraham Hicks is a badass. She is a badass private person. So I like listening to her. Basically just makes me stay in the now. You know, whatever fear we have, it's not real. So basically that's it. So it just brought me back to feeling good again. And today, actually last night and then today, I started applying for jobs in the city I want to live in, which is basically Los Angeles area. Bombshell. I just dropped it. You guys didn't even know. And you might be like, why are you moving to Los Angeles? And maybe you didn't know, but I'm told I'm funny, so that's why. Why do you think everyone else moves there? Why do you think everyone moves there in swarms? Because they think there's something, you know. So that's why. Yeah, I applied to 5 jobs on Indeed.com. I googled like jobs LA or call center LA or something. And I can get film production jobs via word of mouth, but I was just like, you know, let's see if I can get like just a regular paying job. I applied to 5 of them. You just upload your resume and then you select the job and it just sends it. You don't really have to do a lot of setup. It's really great. I applied to 5 and I got 3 responses. So that's great. And maybe it's because I went for things I've done before, and my resume kind of speaks to that. My non-actor comedian resume, just my regular person resume. Like, hey, I'm just a regular person without dreams. Hire me, But I was really surprised because all over Facebook, all these people are like, oh my gosh, I can't get a job. So I was just really like, are you telling the truth? You can't get a job? Maybe it's they don't want to work at the places they could be working at just to get by. So I don't know. I'm just like, are you really sure you can't get a job? I mean, if anything, you could just go through the training and then quit. If it's paid training, just go through the training, see if you like it, and then quit. There you go. At my last job, I could have done that. And let's see what else here. I'm also putting together a voiceover reel from all the stuff I've done on like a YouTube video. Like all the voices, all the podcasts I've been on where I'm doing voices into one reel. And I'm going to send them to radio stations in Phoenix and LA. And, I'm sure they get bombarded all the time with these things. But it was at the suggestion of a comedy writer on Conan. We talked on the phone for an hour and a half, and he was helping me with my late night jokes. And he was like, back in Boston, I used to do commercials and I think voiceover, and it helped him. So it helped him make money, and he's like, you should do that. So really, I want to thank you. I'm taking that seriously. Yeah, Conan writer. It's one of those, I don't have like a lot of connections, but the ones I do, I'm just like really grateful for. So grateful. Because I don't like to use people. I want to actually care about people. I feel better when I care about somebody and I know something about them. So it's like one of those connections where like I can't even believe I have that connection. Blown away every day. Blown away. I know I just sorry. And I was gonna talk about I want to talk about the job thing in general. Whatever you're applying for, I think what may be helping me is having like it. So it's combining all these things. It's like combining the knowing, just like this internal. Not that you know everything. Not like I know, like bossing people around type knowing. Not like that, but just knowing that things work out keeps you going. And so when you apply for these jobs, it's just taking the Abraham Hicks approach and knowing that it works out, and then having a little bit of confidence. And then when you apply for the jobs, the cover letter, make sure it's short as fuck. Like, don't send them this long thing. I know in the film production world, people hate that. And I did casting before, and I hated it. I hated getting anyone who wrote paragraphs about being determined and I'm striving for, and all these like adjectives that actually just make you look like you suck as a person. Like they're adjectives that make it seem like life is a struggle. Don't use those adjectives. Stop it. Don't use those. So like for example, the job, and even castings, film production gigs, and regular jobs, I just, on my cover letter, I say, hi, comma, I've been doing blah, blah, blah for about 7 years or 1 year, whatever it is. And then I say, feel free to call me and let's chat. And then I say, ready to work, comma, April, or, sincerely, comma, April, or gratefully, you can say that, I guess. Or thank you, comma, April. And that's it. That's all I do. So you don't need to do these crazy cover letters, guys. It's annoying. Just think about if you had to get that. You'd be like, what? Because it just meanders. It's just like repeating the same thing. And it's like, stick to like one sentence, 1 to 5 sentences, that's all you need to do. If you feel like you need to say something, talk about the facts. Don't use a bunch of adjectives. It is horrible. Wow, this video is long. Oh my gosh. And I want to say one more thing that I thought was interesting. Back to like the whole writing thing, just having a connection to anyone who does amazing things. I think it's weird how like I'm a fan of like writers. It's very weird. Is that weird? I'm a fan of like TV writers. Like if I'm in LA and I'm driving down Highland or something and somebody's in the opposite direction, I'll be like, la-di-da-da-da, and I'm like, what? And they go by and I'm like, oh my gosh, was that the writer from Family Guy? Like it's just so weird. I think it's very weird that I'm like a comedy actor, but I'm not really a fan of actors. Not really. I'm a fan of some, 1 or 2 comedians, maybe some comedy directors, but I find it so strange. I'm not really a fan of actors. There's one actor, though. There's actually 2 actors. Christoph Waltz, I like, and Cottonmouth from Luke Cage. I think, I can't say his name. I'm going to say it wrong. It's Marshala. Ali or Ollie. I just call him Mr. Ali, just to be safe. Not that I've met him, but like if I ever did, I'd be like, Mr. Ali. He was on an ESPN interview, and he was talking about how he uses a playlist for all of his roles, like a music playlist. And I was like, that's so awesome, because I've always wanted to combine music and acting. And he puts together a whole playlist, And maybe it's 5 or 10 songs, I don't know. But that was really inspiring. So if I ever met him, I'd be like, hey, the playlist thing is great. And I'd be like, the twinkle in your eyes, your acting is just so heartfelt. Just makes me want a happy cry. Can I be you? And I'd be like, thank you, and then I'd leave. So, yeah, I just found that strange. I was thinking about that today. I'm not really a fan of any particular actor. But, the ones that make you feel something. That make you feel optimistic about life, or make you, I don't know. I feel like Marshala, the twinkle in his eyes is like a song, so maybe that's why. I like songs that sound like his eyes, I guess. Like the band Isley or something. It's hard to explain. But yeah, so this video is really long. I might just, we'll see if I cut out anything. Well, I hope you have a great day. Have a great day. Bye. I just got a text to be on a production tomorrow for a reality show, so grateful. I don't know if I'll ever need to get an office job again. We'll see. It's all how you think, If you think you don't need an office job ever again, there's other things that happen.